Hey gang, it's Bryan from FXBilliards. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to care for your Revo shaft. Now the information that I'm going to give you is really going to apply to any carbon fiber cue, and many of your maple shafts will fall into the same category. But I am focusing on the Predator Revo. This is what I play with. Been playing with it for about 5 years, and I think it's the best shaft I've ever had in my hand. So let's get started. Number one, this is not indestructible, okay? Just because you have a carbon fiber shaft does not mean that you should feel free to bang it on the table or let it fall on the floor or move the balls around with it. Carbon fiber is a lot more durable than many of your maple shafts, but it is not indestructible. Take care of it. We all move the balls around with our shaft. It is a very bad idea. Try not to do that because, again, carbon fiber is not indestructible. It will last longer. It is more durable. You can get away with more things, but don't do it. Second item, temperature changes. Temperature changes, obviously, are really bad for your maple shafts, but they're not great for your carbon fiber shafts either. You're not going to have as many problems leaving a carbon fiber shaft in the trunk of your car or in the back of your car as you might with a maple shaft, but temperature does affect carbon fiber. But you need to recognize by leaving your cues in your car, whether it's carbon fiber, maple, you name it, it is going to be affected by temperature change. Again, you can get away with a lot more with carbon fiber, but that doesn't mean you do it. If you can take your cues out of your car, it's probably a good idea. Now, for many years, I have left backup cues in my car. There was always a secondary bag full of cues, usually a break cue and a playing cue and a jump cue, in my car that stayed in there all the time. But I recognized that those cues were going to be affected by the weather. I live in the Northeast. That means in the summer it gets crazy hot and in the winter it gets crazy cold. The next item, cleaning your cue. Carbon fiber cleans and maintains a lot easier than a maple shaft. Honestly, if carbon fiber did not play as well or better than maple, I would use carbon fiber just because of the low maintenance. You can clean this with a damp cloth and just wipe it off, or you can use the disposable individually wrapped cleaning cloths. Predator makes these. I use these. I keep them in my bag. I give them to people when I see them with carbon fiber shafts. They're outstanding, and they're a lot more convenient than trying to find a damp cloth. But if you use a microfiber cloth on your cue that is slightly damp and you dry it immediately, you're going to be okay. Again, I like the convenience of having the individual wipes, and I just run it down the shaft of the cue, and then I hit my break cue, which doesn't get as dirty because you don't use it as often, which brings me to the next item. You've got a quality cue. You probably have a quality tip. I'm going to talk to you about your tip in a second. Use quality chalk. You've got this Rolls Royce in your hand. I don't understand why people think that they should use Bob and Joe's tires on their Rolls Royce. Use quality equipment with your quality equipment. Why would you put a $5 tip on a $500 shaft? It just doesn't make any sense. So what are we doing here? Not only do you play with a quality tip on your cue, but use quality chalk. Next item, when you are cleaning your shaft, also take a Q-tip or something fine and clean the joint as well. This is the part of the cue that a lot of people miss. This is the part that is making contact with the rest of your cue, and that joint can get dirt in there. It won't fit as well. It won't last as long. It won't play as well. Just put a Q-tip in there, clean that joint, get around that connection, and your cue is going to last a lot longer. It's going to be a lot cleaner, and you will have more success with it in the long run. Which brings me to the next thing. Let's talk real quick. This is not a video about shaping your tip or taking care of your tip, but it is part of the shaft, so we're going to talk about it. Make sure you have not just a good quality tip, but it has the proper radius. Most players are playing with a dime radius on their tip. That means that it has the curvature of a dime. If you held a dime up next to your tip, it would be curved as much as a dime. When amateur players see this very often, especially beginners, they see that much of a curve, it looks ridiculous to them. They think that the tip should be flat because that's what they've been playing with at every pool hall. But the tip should not be flat. It should be curved. It is making contact with this spear, this round object here, and it should match up with that object, allowing you to put spin on the ball, hit the ball properly, hit it without spin when you don't want to, all of those things. If your tip is flat, you have a problem. You need to curve your tip properly. Those of you that don't know, I use the Last Forever tip tool. You've seen me make videos about it. I don't have an agreement with Last Forever. I just think it's the best product out there for shaping your tip, and it's what I use. I use a dime radius. If you use a nickel radius, that's fine. But the nickel curve, as you can imagine, is not as curved as the dime. But use the Last Forever tip tool. There will be a link in the description of this video that'll send you to Amazon where you can buy the Last Forever tip tool. It is one of the best things that I've ever used as far as taking care of the tips. Last couple of items. Let's go backwards a little bit, rewind. We talked about cleaning the joint of your cue. Use joint protectors. This is going to protect this joint. You guys see these little things that go on the end here, all right? These are joint protectors. Use these to protect that piece because you do not want to bang it, ding it, misshape it, and not have it fit your cue properly. So use joint protectors. Most of you, if you're buying quality cues like a Revo, it's going to come with joint protectors. I have some extra ones that I keep around because sometimes they get lost. And last but not least, I made a video recently talking about cue cases, and the last thing you need to do with your quality cue is get a quality case. You can get a good quality case for a couple $100, has some insulation inside. It will protect your shafts. You've got a great investment here. Take care of it. I know that my videos have been responsible for the sale of quite a few of these because people write me all the time and say, or you see them in the comments, Bryan, after I saw your video about the Revo, I went out and bought a Revo. I've got 25 or 30 students, probably about 15 or 20 of them are using Revos right now. Before Predator ever sponsored me, I had this shaft on this Predator P3, and that's what I was playing with and making videos with every single day, and that was long before I had any kind of deal with Predator. So I love this thing. I think it's one of the greatest shafts, as I said, that I've ever had in my hand, and if you take good care of it, it's going to last a very long time. This is the Last Forever tip tool. I mentioned it, so I'm going to show you how to use this real quick. There is a link to this in the description of the video. You're simply going to take it. You'll see that one side is curved, the other side is flat. And you also have edges here in case your tip is mushrooming, you can fix it. I have never used the edge of this thing ever. But you take the curved side, you hold it horizontally, and you simply drag it across your tip and then slowly turn it. Just very slowly turn your tip so you're getting an even distribution of that scraping motion. And this will give you that dime radius that we talked about. Now, I'm not going to use it on my cue right now because my tip is perfect. If you want it to be exactly a dime or exactly a nickel, you can do that regardless of which one you're using. But again, you can find this in the link to this video. I can tell you, every time I've mentioned this in a video, it has gone out of stock, so jump on it. And once again, Last Forever does not sponsor my channel, at least not currently. They definitely should. There are very few products that I feel so strongly about as far as tip maintenance and things like that, but this is one that I really, really like. Your curvature does not have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be an exact dime. But if you want it to be exactly a dime or exactly a nickel, did I say nipple? Have a great day. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.